This is Mr. Leonidas here. Hope you're doing good. And I get a lot of questions in person and on my YouTube channel about if the tomahawk with a hammer or tomahawk with a spike is better. And to me, that's a difficult question to ask because I always return that with a question asking, well, you know, what are you doing with it? Where are you going? That's those sort of questions. I'm going to have some upcoming footage, some video clips just showing some advantages of both, and I'll just kind of be discussing that while you watch it, and you can maybe decide for yourself. At the end of the video, I'm going to just provide a few remarks in my opinion about how I feel about the tomahawk with hammers, tomahawks with spikes, so stay tuned. The tomahawks with an available hammer are excellent for functions such as pounding and crushing, and work well for tasks such as hammering nails or hammering down tent stakes. Tomahawks with an added spike are perfect for functions such as piercing and puncturing, and they work well with tasks such as digging or grabbing objects. About it, they are good, true advantages for both styles, the hammers and the spikes. It just depends on where you're going or what you're doing. I will say, for me personally, I found the hammer more useful overall. I have found the spike extremely useful in other certain situations, but the spike, from at least in my opinion, is more based around combat, and the hammer is more based around utilitarian functions. Now, hammer can also be used in combat, so it's a good weighted blunt force instrument. But the spike is obviously is angular, is more sharp, and it adds an extra edge on your tomahawk. And that's just that's how I feel about that. So they're both useful. And there's another thing to consider when looking for a tomahawk is if you're looking for one with a hammer, there are many different tomahawks out there with different hammer sizes, so you always want to keep that in mind. This is a cold steel trail hawk. It has a smaller hammer bit. It gets the job done very well. This is the cold steel trench hawk, and the spike on it is a little bit larger and more shaped like an arrowhead. And I have used other tomahawks with more curved and more slender, sharper spikes, and those may be more useful for you. So you always want to keep that in mind too, that the features on the tomahawks are going to be different. There's tomahawks that don't offer any of those features too. They just have, there is no extra tool on the back. They're just smoothed all around the head to the point. So that just a lot of factors to consider and just upon what you're doing. But I think for me, especially safety wise, I'm going to have to go with the hammer. Because when you're talking safety, when you're chopping and when you're swinging, sometimes you get close to your face. That spike can be potentially dangerous if you're not careful and if you're being careless. The hammer, you can get hurt, but it's not going to be as bad as a spike going towards your face. So I just wanted to share my thoughts. Like I said, I do get a lot of questions and comments about different types of tomahawks and that, but like I said, I do prefer the hammered style overall. At least for me, it's got the most utilitarian value. So thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate your time. If you enjoyed the video, please give it thumbs up and comment and subscribe. So have a good one.